All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We still have a couple more people joining in, and they'll be able to jump in as we get started. Welcome to our monthly marketing masterclass. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Lisa Quinones. I am a 10X certified business coach. What that means is that I work with Grant Cardone to help businesses scale and grow. And that's what we do for all of our mentees here. We have some people who are on our coaching program on the call, and some that have a special invite. So welcome to the call. If you can put it in the chat, where is everyone from? We're here in Dallas. Robert is in the office right next to me. Can anybody put in the chat what city you're from? New Jersey. Hi, Jose Luis from New Jersey. It's a pleasure to see you. I would love for you guys to turn on your cameras so we can connect. This is a learning webinar. It's not just me talking to you. We got Scottsdale, Arizona. Brad is from Pittsburgh. Hey, Brad. Hi, Colleen. Colleen is in Arizona as well. We got Miguel in Orlando. Damon is from Louisiana. So we got everybody from all over. Thank you and welcome to the call. Las Vegas in the house. Hey, Kevin. How are you? Who else do we have on the call? We have a couple more. Vegas. Okay, Marissa's from Vegas. Nice to have you on the call. And again, this is going to be recorded. So we're going to get the recording started in a few minutes. And it will be uploaded into our portal. So any of those that are on our coaching program, you'll have it in the learning portal. For those of you who are not part of the program, please get with me at the end of this call and just text me marketing and we'll be able to send out that copy over to you. I'm going to drop my phone number in the chat. For those of you who do not have it, do not share it. It's my personal cell phone number. But if you text me marketing and your email address, I'll make sure I send it over to you. So with that being said, let's jump right in. How many on the call are currently experiencing issues with marketing, getting new leads? How many of you would like to get 100 new leads this month? Damon wants new leads. Let's see, who else? Colleen got her hand up. I see you. Who else wants to make more money? In order to make more money, you have to promote. So that includes marketing. So for those of you who are scared to market or scared to put yourself out there, we're going to give you a lot of tips, tricks. Kevin says 1,000. Yes, Kevin, that's what I'm talking about. I want more money, said Brad. This is exactly what we're talking about. We're going to pull back the curtain of what we're doing in our business, how we're getting our leads. Robert is our social media expert. So for those of you who are kind of on the fence of putting yourself out there on social media or having any troubles with ads that are converting, this is one of the best marketing masterclasses that we have because we show you our ads. We're going to show you our ad copy. We're going to show you the leads. We're going to show you numbers. We're going to show you exactly what we're doing to grow a multi-million-dollar business. So let's get started. How many of you are currently in our coaching program? You can just raise your hand. I want to see. I see Keisha's on the call. Hey, girl, how you doing? Okay, I got Jose Luis, Kevin, Lincoln. I just saw Lincoln on the call. Thank you for being here. So let's get started. My other question is, how many of you would like to be better on social media and grow your social media platform? And I'll there you go. I see some hands up. That's good. Put some fire in the chat. Miguel says they want to be better on social media. And just, what are some of the challenges that you're currently going through? You can unmute yourself and just let me know, like, hey, I'm having trouble posting, or I don't know what to post, what kind of content, so we can make sure we make sure that we are hitting these things for you during this marketing masterclass. So let's see, content. I see some of you are shy and just sending me direct messages. Okay, not sure what to post, scared to be on the video. Content again. Okay. We're gonna make sure that we get up on all of this.
I'm having a hard time keeping up with Rob. I mean, that's a struggle, right?
Listen, I have a hard time keeping up with Rob. Rob is obsessed. Okay, obsessed with making sure that he is always posting, always putting things on social media, just being that just being that go-to person for what we do, which is, credit. And we're going to show you for those of you who are not following us on Instagram, our business page to see what we post for credit and taxes is Quick Tax and Credit. So you can go to Instagram and follow us at Quick Tax and Credit. I don't even care if you take our posts, remix them and repost them. Go out there and make that money, put yourself out there and get out of obscurity. So I am actually going to jump down so we can get straight into what's important. And here we go. So we're going to jump into how we get into the content and how we create this content. And it all starts with who do you market to? That's what it really boils down to. Who are you marketing to? And can I see anybody on the call struggling with not getting attention? Okay, can I see anybody on the call if you know who your message is supposed to be to? Who's your ideal client? Does anybody know exactly who they're marketing to? Oh, I see only one person sent me a message. Okay, not a problem. So we're going to start with that, because one of the things that I see as your marketing is that a lot of people want to market to everyone. And I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not going to be able to market to everyone. Okay, young couples, Marissa, thank you. So she wants to market to young couples. If you don't know who you're marketing to and you're trying to market to everyone, you're competing with everyone else. You're competing with bigger companies that have this huge ad spend. And so if your ad spend is a lot smaller than somebody who's spending $1 million a month and you're only spending $10 a day, how many people are you really affecting? How many people are you really getting in front of if you don't know who your ideal target client is? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is, let me start here from the current slide. And let me share my screen. The first thing that we're going to talk about is building your brand message. And what is that? Your brand message is who you are, who you serve, and what problem you solve. So for those of you who are our credit repair clients, who is the person that you're marketing to? What is your brand message? What are you trying to say about yourself and your company? And what is the service that you provide? Can I pick on anybody to answer those questions? Is anybody brave enough to answer right now, like who they market to? No? No brave souls? Okay, I'm gonna pick on Robert. Robert, could you please explain, for as far as credit repair services, who are we marketing to? What is our brand message?
Our brand message and who we market to is 90% of the people that come to us to repair their credit, their motivation, their goal is to buy a house. So that's really who we want to target to. Now, it doesn't mean that we are not going to sell someone or help someone that wants to buy a car, right? Just because we're marketing to, we're doing like a mortgage ad or something like that and focusing on that. You're going to have different people come to you. You might have, for example, I have a mentee that's in the military. So his kind of niche and who he markets to is the military, because he can relate to that, right? It's like a brotherhood or a sisterhood. So that might be your niche, so that there's so many different, like Keisha's a realtor. So she could market to other realtors and say, hey, I do credit repair, right? So everyone's niche is different, even though we all do credit repair. But with us, because we also do mortgages, our main heavy hitter is going to target those who are looking to buy homes.
Correct. That's great. So now that you know who your target audience, you can start building that message around that target audience and look at what their pain points are, so that you're in your ads, you're hitting those pain points. For example, if you have a client that was denied for a home loan due to bad credit, that is a pain point that you can either market to a real estate agent that you want to bring on as a strategic partnership, or you can market it directly to consumers that were denied for a home loan. How many times have you seen an ad that directly resonates with you because it's hitting the pain point that you're staying up really late at night thinking about. For those of you who do taxes or any other type of business, I recently had a conversation with a potential client and I asked her the same thing. What is the number one thing that keeps you up at night that you need to solve right away? And she was like, I can't get into a home. I live with my mom, with my husband, and our 3 kids. And my credit sucks. My husband's credit sucks. And all I keep thinking is, I want to get into a better neighborhood, get them into a better school and things like that. If there's an ad that says, hey, are you, looking to be into a better neighborhood, or, offering this life, or get into a home because you were denied for credit, look into our fast track credit repair program and we can get you into your dream homes in 6 to 9 months. That's going to hit directly with her. That's going to resonate directly with her. And so she's going to be a more motivated buyer of your credit repair services. So keep in mind to put those pain points of your brand message in the verbiage of your clients. Does anybody have any questions on that, or want to maybe kind of work out their brand message? No? All right, I'll move on to the next thing. So here is what Grant calls a monetization map. First, you build your message, then you have your content and your distribution channels. You can have organic or paid. You have paid ads. You can also have paid boosting of posts, things like that, or you can just post organically. What I have noticed with algorithms and things like that is that Instagram and Facebook are going to give you more reach if you pay for it. Whereas TikTok has a more of an organic build, but you're going to have different buyers on each platform. So depending on who your target audience, you might find them on Instagram, you might find them on Facebook, you might find them on TikTok, LinkedIn. It's going to be a different way to convey that message, and you're going to get a different buyer. That lead is going to be very different and have different motivations. So depending on where you distribute, also make sure that you're doing some research as to that channel and what type of audience you're going to get. One of the things that Grant says is that if you're not completely clear on who you are and what you offer, how could you ever expect your customer to be clear on that as well? So there's certain different things that you should have in your business that allows you to really build your brand message. And I'm sure that most of the people on the call are going to understand that. And so you can take a screenshot of some of this, but we're not going to focus on that today. So some of the things you should already have for your business is your vision statement, your mission statement, your core values. Core values are important, especially when you're building strategic partnerships, because you want to make sure that whoever you partner up with is in line with your core values and your ethics of your company. Your tagline that's aligned with your mission. And the most important, I think, in this to actually attract clients is your value proposition. Your value proposition clearly states who you serve, what problem you solve, and how quickly you can solve it. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. So some of the survival drives for decisions, or what we like to call motivated, dominant motivations for buying. What are the reasons that people buy? Either to make money, to save money, save time, connect with others, or elevate their status. Those that want to elevate their status, we're talking about those buyers that would rather pay for a Gucci flip-flops or, a YSL bag versus investing in their future by fixing their credit. So they're going to buy what's going to elevate their status. If they're that type of buyer, what elevates their status more than a house? Hey, be the first homeowner in your family. And those are things that you're going to pull out of them during the fact finding. But when it comes to marketing, if you know that your target audience is more flashy and wants to elevate their status, then you're going to want to run some ads or some posts that are going to specifically talk to that decision driver. Does that make sense? Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, like run an ad with your Lambo on it.
Or rent a Lambo. We do not have one. So before that, you need to answer these questions about yourself. Who are you as a person? These are things you need to be clear on. Who are you as a person, as a business owner? Who are you as a company? What do you stand for as a company? I know what our morals and ethics stand for. I know the red flags of the clients that we don't work with. And the reason why we don't work with them is because they're not ready to even be in our credit repair program. What core values does your company believe in? Again, that goes and hits that brand message. That's going to convey across during your sales pitch, during your ads, things like that. You know, things that you post, you want to make sure that they're in line with your core values. What problems do you solve for your customers? Hey, were you denied for a home loan due to bad credit? Were you denied for a car due to not having enough credit? Or were you denied for a job? I mean, Bank of America checks your credit before you work for them. You can miss out on business opportunities because of bad credit. Sometimes credit is more important than even knowing your social security number. So what problems do you solve are super important. What is your core product or service? Give it a nice name, a nice catchy name. We love using, you know, fast track credit repair program. They're like, oh my God, I can get this faster. Perception is a huge thing. That name of your program is huge. You know, for my tax preparers on the line, because I know we've been kind of focusing on credit, is I have a 6-figure accelerator program. I make sure that in the first 4 months of tax season, you're hitting those 6 figures. That's catchy. It gives you that, the product or service, it gives you that end result after going through it. What does the product do for people? You know, make sure you're clear on all these things. Who are your top 3 competitors and how are you different from them? How many of on this call have been on a sales call and said, oh, I tried Lexington Law, I tried FES, I tried this, I went to H&R Block. Okay, great. H&R Block, FES is not going to do what we do because we care about our clients. We make sure that our #1 goal is to get you financial results and get you into that dream home. Can they guarantee that? Can they even say that they care? I know what I stand for and I'm very clear on it. And I bring it across not only in our brand message and in our ads, but it also when you're doing your sales pitch and your initial call. Make sure they know who you are and how you're different from the competitor. Because I can assure you it's going to come up on a call. Robert, how many times does somebody tell you, oh, I'm with another credit repair company?
A lot. Either they're currently with a credit repair company or they may have tried not just one, but sometimes 2 or 3 other credit repair companies. So, you know, this is why, you know, I know we're not necessarily talking about sales today, so I don't want to go too much, but, you know, this is why you have to ask the right questions so you can find out, hey, what kind of outcome, you know, did they have, you know, with those other credit repair companies? Because remember, when you're on these sales calls, you got to be taking notes so you can find out what's important to them. So if they did try another credit repair company and it didn't work out, again, find out why. And so when they tell you, well, they didn't communicate with me, or, hey, they didn't, you know, I didn't have a client portal. What they're ultimately telling you, because you have to read between the lines, they're telling you that communication is important. The other company didn't do any of that, right? So those are things that we teach in our sales training to make sure that you're pre-qualifying these people and not spending 30, 45 minutes on the phone with them to find out that I'm just going to stay with the company I have. That's
So how would you turn that into an ad?
Yep.
How would you turn that, what you just said, how would you turn that into an ad or maybe a social media post? How can you address question number 7, that you're different from these competitors?
Well, let me chime in on that. And in our actual ad that we have running today, a part of it, because it's like a 60-second clip, a part of it, I said something, and I'm paraphrasing, but it said something like, have you tried credit repair before and it didn't work? I mean, I'm calling that out in my ad. I'm actually saying that. Why? Because that's actually an objection that will probably end up coming up in the sales call. So I rather just bring it up in my ad because I'm actually imagine when you say that, have you tried credit repair before and it didn't work out? How many people do you think you're talking to on that ad right now? A lot. So that's right there. We go fishing and just reel them in. That's it, right? But it's facts. So that's why I included that in the ad.
Exactly. So these are things that you can create ads from, or even social media posts that you can do. Another thing you need to be clear on is list 5 reasons a customer should pay more to do business with you versus a competitor. You need to be sold on yourself more so than selling someone else. The first sale is selling yourself. Why should somebody go to you versus ABC Credit Repair that only charges $600 and you're charging $15? List those reasons. And it's not a space for you to be humble. This is something that is for you, to bolster you. But it's also something that you can turn into a social media post or even into an ad. There are certain ways that you can convert all of these questions into things that you're going to post on social media, ads, when you're networking and things like that. And how do you feel you're viewed in the marketplace? For those of you who are new to the marketplace, do you feel like you have imposter syndrome? Or do you feel like you don't have enough experience? How can you overcome those challenges and those roadblocks? How do you overcome those challenges on social media? One of the things that I do recommend is, if you're new to the industry, is get really knowledgeable in your industry and just start educating. The minute that you become an educator of your industry, regardless if it's taxes, it could be insurance, it could be truck driving, whatever it is, the minute that you become that educator on social media, you become an authority. And so therefore, there's no longer that question of that imposter, or, you know, how you're viewed in the industry whatsoever. If you're dropping golden nuggets that people are like, wow, I didn't know that, or hey, I knew that, but I needed to see this to be reminded, you know, that I need to do this. For example, one of the things that Robert's always preaching about to even our own clients is like, make sure that you set up your automatic payments for that minimum payment. So even if you forget to pay your credit card, at least you don't get a late payment. And I was like, oh, this happens to me all the time. And I'm his wife. Like, the minute he said that on social media posts, I was like, go to all my credit cards, set up my, you know, things like that. Like, even I know this, but sometimes they need to be reminded of it. And so now I see him as, even though he's my husband and, you know, husband and wife dynamics, he's the authority when it comes to credit, because he runs the credit department. He knows more about credit than I do. And I'm like, man, I can learn something new or be reminded of it. I see that as an authority figure. And think about it, of the eyes that are seeing you on social media that have never known you before, and they all of a sudden an ad pops up, or even you boost a post and you're giving them top 3 ways to boost your credit, or 2 ways to protect your credit. You know, here are 3 things you should look at on your credit report. Make sure that it's being reported correctly. These are going to make a big impact if you're buying a house or anything like that, like making sure your name matches and your addresses match. Those are things that are like, wow, I didn't even know that they reported my last 15 addresses on there. So now you're becoming an authority figure, and they're going to be like, hey, let me take a look at that. And Lincoln just put in there, yeah, you'll be amazed how many people don't know about credit, things that are simple to us and foreign to other people.
Yeah.
You know,
Things that are basic, like Lisa was just saying, you know, like she was just talking about, hey, just set it up so the minimum payment comes out. Everyone on this call has experience, so that's very basic. That's like credit repair 101 type of deal, right? You know, pay your credit cards down below 30%. But you know, there's multiple people that don't know that. So don't feel ashamed or embarrassed. Why am I posting this basic stuff? Post it over and over and over, right? Because I post the same thing over and over. Why? Because that one person didn't see it when I posted it a few weeks ago. So there's always going to be somebody that's posting. Excuse me, there's always going to be somebody that's going to see it that didn't see it before. Another thing is, when you're posting, we have to get out of our own way. Don't worry about what we look like. Social media doesn't care if you're black, white, short, tall. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. You know what matters is the content. As long as the content is good, that's all they care about. And don't worry so much about the quality. Like, I have a camera that's $1,000 I paid for it. I barely use it. Like, I barely use it, if I'm being honest. 95% of the videos that I post on social media are done from this phone that has like 2 or 3 cracks in it. So, okay. So just being honest with you, but it's all about you, especially in the beginning. We've been doing this for 15 plus years, but I'm more about quantity rather than quality. Because think about it, the more you push out, the more people are going to see you. And then as time progresses, you'll get better at editing, you'll get better at your speech, you'll get better with your confidence in front of being in front of the camera. All of that happens over time with experience, but it's not going to happen if you don't start. So the key is to just start, continue to just have that mindset of quantity over quality, because the quality will be there over time.
Yeah, and I want to actually kind of throw myself out there. I did a post. It was just a video, wasn't an ad or anything like that. And it was so funny because remember, Robert, you made fun of me because instead of saying TikTok, first of all, English is not my first language. I said Tic Tac. And I posted it and he was like, babe, you said Tic Tac. And I'm like, who cares? It got 50,000 views. 50,000 views, and everybody was like, oh my God, you're so cute. Your accent is so cute. And you said Tic Tac instead of TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, you know, Spanish is not my first, English is not my first language. So there's certain words that I have trouble like getting out, especially when I'm on video. I just post it. And you'd be surprised that some of the things that are unscripted, some of the things that you mess up on, or you're saying whatever, as long as your personality is coming across and your point is coming across, people will resonate with that personality. Like one of the things that I am good with on videos, even though I hate videos, is that I am, for those of you that know me on this call, I am very goofy. I am very, very goofy. And that comes across on some of my videos. Like there was one that I was just like playing around. It was a blooper and I was like, oh, hey guys. And like my hair just went all over the place and it got like 17,000 views. And everybody's like, oh my God, you're so cute, or you're so funny, or was that like on purpose? I'm like, no, but it was like the best take and I needed to post something. And so don't be self-conscious of like how you're viewed in the marketplace. Or, you know, the next thing is being clear on how you view yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously on the videos. Have fun with it. Have your personality come out. And as long as you're giving value, whether it's just a regular post that you're doing or an ad, make sure that how you view yourself and who you are really shines through, so that it's not like, hi, welcome to my fast track credit repair program on today's blah, blah, blah. Like people are like, what the is wrong with her? So just, you know, play around with it. See, like if you record a couple videos and there's bloopers, sometimes you can kind of transition them in because they're kind of funny and just have fun with it. Also be clear on where you're positioned in the market for price and quality. Some of those that are on this call, during our business strategy call, we definitely talk about numbers and making sure that you're priced for the quality work that you do. Don't underprice yourself, and make sure that you're bringing that value, that the number one goal is to get them those results, that you are helping people, because that is that reciprocity of you being able to help someone and really get them to a higher credit score, or their financial solutions, or for my tax preparers, getting them either a bigger refund or less paying in taxes. There's a lot of things that you can pull from a great experience. We value ourselves on getting testimonials. Testimonials are something that's great to post, whether you want to put it in your ads or your funnels or landing pages. Testimonials will sell you for them. Like we have clients that read our testimonials and our reviews, and it's like, here, take my money, I want the same results. And they're like, no, I don't want to do the consultation, just take my money, because it's already selling for us. And handling those objections are like, oh, well, you're a digital company, or I don't know where you're located, or you have one office in Florida. How do you know you can work with me in Washington or in Indiana, or I have clients in Alaska? They go and they read our reviews like, hey, we're a legitimate company. Here's some testimonials of some of the results that we've been able to have. And so by having the right price, the right quality, and that you're doing the right thing, you're going to get those results, those testimonials that you can use for ads, for posts, you know, in case you get on an initial call and that client's kind of like iffy, like, I don't know if I want to work with you. Hear from some of our clients who are very satisfied with our services. So those are a lot of things that you can work on.
Hey, before you move on to the next one, so about price, I don't recommend that you put your prices on your ad.
No.
I don't have, if you go to our website, a1creditandloans.net, which is our landing page, if you look us up anywhere, our prices are nowhere to be found. Why? Because the moment that you tell someone, I charge 300, 500, 1200, 1500, the number is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, they have no idea what's included with that price, what kind of service they're going to get. And so when you have a price online, immediately you're going to get that person that just wants the price shop. And if you play what we call is the price game, okay, regardless of what you charge, because everybody on this call, I guarantee you, charges different. So regardless of what you charge, if you play the price game, you're going to lose every time. Why? Because there's always going to be somebody that's cheaper than you, and there's always going to be somebody that's more expensive than you. So what's the difference? The difference is in the value and the way you articulate it, the way you present it, the way you educate. So in our coaching program, whether it's marketing, whether it's sales, whatever we're coaching on, we teach you how to be more of an educator rather than a salesperson. So that's why, again, I know this is not a sales training, but that's why I don't give out the price when somebody says, hey, Rob, what's the price, man? And I'm like, well, the first thing we need to do is look at the credit report. Well, okay, but what's the price? Well, we need to figure out what's going on. What's the price? This is like real conversations. Like they'll ask you back to back to try to get it out of you. Yep. And I'll give you guys a huge nugget. Make sure you remember this, write it down if you're taking notes. But the best rebuttal for price is going to be something that's relatable. And I'll share it with you. My rebuttal that works every single time, 100% of the time.
This is not a sales training, Rob.
No, I know, but I'm going to give it to him anyway, because that's what we do. Listen, Kevin's over there laughing because like Kevin knows this works.
I know he's going to say it. That's why I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to give it to y'all because this is a game changer. So what you want to do is you want to tell them, hey, if your car were to break down and you take it to the mechanic, you can't say, hey, Brad, how much is it going to cost for you to fix my truck? The mechanic's going to say, hold on, I need to look under the hood. I need to figure out what's going on with your truck. And then we can tell you what the price is and how long it's going to take. It's no different with your credit. And when you say that, everybody on this car at some point in their life has had their car broken down before. So it's super relatable. And now they're like, okay, that makes sense. So now you allow them to put their guard down and then go into the pitch.
Correct. So I know we're going to talk a lot about, social media ads and things like that. But I know that there's some people on the call that may or may not be ready for social media ads. And, that curates knowing the technicalities of it and having the ad spend and all of those things. So Rob and I have many different ways that we market. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is a value proposition. And what I do with a value proposition is how I go to networking, or if I'm doing a strategic partnership or anything like that. A value proposition allows me to attract my potential clients to me, where I'm giving them some tangible results for a customer if they want to use our product or service. So a value proposition is like a value statement. It's interchangeable. Some of you who've been on other coaching programs, they might have other ways of naming this, but we call it a value proposition. And it's a statement about the tangible results a customer gets from using your product or service. For those of you who are doing credit, it's, getting them to a 700 club, or, getting them into their dream home, or getting them into their dream car. For those of you who are doing taxes, it's getting a bigger refund. It's lowering their tax liability. What is the tangible result that they're getting? Your value proposition is also an elevator pitch in 1 to 2 sentences. It's real quick fire that you can let them know who you are, who do you help, why should a customer buy from you, how does your product solve a problem or improve a situation? What specific benefits could a client expect? And how quickly they will see the result? And we simplify it by saying, we help X do Y by doing Z. And I'll give you a couple of examples and why this is important and why everyone on this call should have a value proposition. So value proposition for Grant Cardone and Cardone Services is, we help individuals and business owners grow their revenue and income by teaching world-class business strategies and tactics delivered through our online training programs, in-person workshops, and live events. Now, my value proposition when I'm dealing with tax clients, because as you guys know, Robert is the head of our credit department, I'm the head of the tax department, and when I'm actively searching my ideal client, I have a value proposition for each ideal client. So let's say, for example, I am looking for 1099 employees and I want to do their taxes. Anybody who's on this call that's self-employed knows that you are responsible for your taxes. So 9 times out of 10, if your finances aren't in order, you're paying a lot of money in taxes, especially as you build more income. So I'm looking for high income earners that are self-employed. If I'm in that particular area, or I go to, let's say, a networking event with insurance agents that are high net worth and they're making $200,000-$300,000 a year, I know in the back of my mind, if they don't have their finances in order, they're paying a lot of money in taxes. So I build a value proposition around my ideal client. And when we're in a networking place, or you can put it as a post, you can put it in text message, I say, I help small business owners who pay a lot of money in taxes lower their tax debt by 40 to 60% in less than 24 hours. If any of you have a lot of money that you pay in taxes, the next thing that happens is, hey, Lisa, how do you do that? Hey, why don't you join a free, strategy session? Here's my QR code that is linked to my calendar, and we can talk about your taxes and, what strategies we can implement to lower your tax liability. They're like, oh my God, last year I paid $20,000 and my CPA didn't even know what they were doing, or I did my taxes on TurboTax, and I let them regurgitate everything that they have going on. But you see how that value proposition, I inserted it instead of saying, hey, my name is Lisa and I'm a tax accountant and I do taxes. Oh, okay, great. That's awesome. And, they move on to the next one. But if their pain point is that they're paying too much in taxes, I just gave them a solution. That, for those that pay a lot of money in taxes or they owe the IRS, believe you me, that keeps them up at night. So I'm going to stop sharing real quick and see if there's anyone brave enough to work on their value proposition with me. Is there anybody who wants to work on their value proposition?
I think
Yep,
Keisha
let's do
raised her
it.
hand.
Andrew and Andre?
Let's do it. What's going on?
Okay,
What's going on?
so the first thing that I need to know is, who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is, turn on my camera. Hopefully you guys can see me. We're looking good.
Yes.
I see. Whoops.
Put you
You know,
right
I'm
there
not-
in the middle.
Not a
Thank
tech-
you for being the first one to jump up. So who is your
No,
ideal client?
So I like to think that my ID clients are high-level individuals and entrepreneurs. And I feel like when I say high-level, people are gonna feel special, like they're high-level, right? But at first it was just entrepreneurs, but then I didn't want to put myself in a little box for credit repair. So my answer would be high-level individuals and entrepreneurs.
Okay, and just to let you know, your value proposition can change depending on your ideal client.
Yes.
You can have multiple value propositions depending on who your ideal client is. So do you want to do high level, or do you want to do one for your entrepreneurs?
So we'll do entrepreneurs. I help high-level entrepreneurs.
Okay, you help high level entrepreneurs. And what is their pain point? What is the problem that you solve?
They're struggling with personal credit. They're also struggling with business funding. And quite frankly, all of that is causing them not to be able to make any money. So they can't create any cash flow because they're stuck at point 1 and point 2.
Okay. They're stuck at point 1 and point 2. And how quickly can you solve that problem?
As little as 60 to 90 days is will be a
Okay.
fair assessment. No, things happen and people get faster results, obviously, but we don't want to promise that.
Okay, good. So let's put it all together.
So we help high-level entrepreneurs repair, rebuild, and restore their personal credit.
Well, you want to start with their pain point, who struggle
Oh.
with, or who
Oh, got you.
struggle with, or we empower them, or you have to put in that pain point so that
Pain point.
it resonates with them. Like, that's the problem I have, and then you give them the solution.
Okay, so we help high-level entrepreneurs who are struggling with their personal credit, personal and business credit.
Okay.
We help them to get their personal credit in order and get access to business funding in 60 to 90 days.
Okay. How can we shorten that and make it a little more sexy?
We help high-level entrepreneurs who are struggling with personal and business credit get access to funding in 60 to 90 days. I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah, you took some of the words out though. That's what I'm saying. If it's too much, they're gonna get lost. So that second one that you just said, that works. And the more you use it, the more you tweak it, the sexier it's gonna be.
Got it. All right, appreciate that. It's good.
And you can play around with some of the words that you said, like increase cash flow, or increase their revenue, or increase their income, things like that. Whatever, you can kind of play around with it. But that second one, when you took out some of those extra words, that's going to resonate. It's 2 sentences, nice and quick. We help X do Y by this. And you gave them that result. 60 to 90 days, I can get more money. Oh, I need more funding. You know how many business owners, how many on the call? I want to see fire in the chat. How many on the call would love to have more business funding? Who needs more money, more business credit?
Everybody.
Let's see. I know I like having business credit and having more business funding. There you go, Lincoln. Okay, Brad, let's get more money. You know how much that resonates? You're going to be able to resonate with people that actually need that. Look, Robert, Jamar, Kevin, dinero, money, let's go. That right there, my friend, you can use that in networking events. If you go to real estate agents that have all their monthly networking events and chapter events, right there, you can say, hey, Andre, what do you do? I help high-level entrepreneurs, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't remember word for word, but you should write it down because it was great. And they're like, oh my God, how do you do that? I need to get on your calendar. I need to talk. There are so many business people that do not know about even business credit or how to get it, or they're too busy in working in the business that they can't work on the business and see the overall picture of getting that credit and the financing and everything in order to expand their business. They just think like, if I work more and work more and work more, I'm going to get more money.
Yeah.
Having that business credit is wonderful. I have a huge line of credit that if we want to launch a new program or whatever, I pull right from that business credit, dump it into the new ad that's converting, and then pay the credit line off with the money that I'm making.
Nice. That's good.
So yeah, so I think that's great. Everybody give a hand to Andre. Thank you. Anybody else want to jump in, or before we go into the next before we get into the next point? Anybody want to work on their value proposition? Any hands? Okay. So let me go back to sharing my screen and we can keep going. So I encourage everyone on the call to write out your value proposition. And again, it can be curtailed for who you're dealing with, or each of what we call your customer avatar. You can have a specific value proposition for your customer avatars. I'm going to skip, hold on. We help business owners struggling to grow to 1 million or more by increasing cash flow in less than 90 days, working hands-on through online, in-person, and virtual coaching. Brad, that's awesome. It's who you help, what you do, and the results.
I'm taking
90
notes.
days.
Yeah.
I think that's a great value proposition.
Thanks.
All right. I'm going to skip through a couple of things. The next thing that we're going to talk about is just making sure that you know who your perfect customer is. That way you know how to kind of get to the ad that you want. So let me share my screen. I don't know why it's not sharing. Give me 1 second. Does anybody have any questions on the value proposition so far? Because now we're going to get into getting into content and creating content for social media and making sure that you're marketing to the correct ideal client and how important it is to have that ideal client persona set up. So
while you're getting that set up, I did want to touch on something. Something that I do when I post, it's something that I post with intention. Every single thing that I post with some kind of intention. And if you go to my page, even when I'm working out and I'll do like a workout post, there's usually some kind of motivational thing, like a sound, like an audio that I'll play, and I'm speaking to a certain person or people, right? If I'm posting about one of the things that I know that helps convert organically, not paid ads, is every time, and I have one right here that I'm about to do, is client results. Think about that. You want to post with intentions. So when I post about somebody's results, they got 5 negative items deleted, they got a repo deleted, their score went up. That's exactly what your audience, because your audience is different than mine, but all of our audiences, whether it's a tax business, whether it's a credit business, they want to know, man, if I go to Brad, if I go to Keisha, if I go to Kevin, what kind of results can I expect? And so by you posting that and being transparent about some of the other results that you're getting for other clients, people are going to get what we call this FOMO. They're going to be like, man, I want that, right? So really think about what you post. And another way to kind of reverse that is, if you were your customer, what would you want to see on your page? Right? Think about that. What would you want to see? What would convert you into a customer? So those are the things that you want to post. Another kind of cheat code is sometimes we'll get in our own head and we'll say, man, I don't know what to post. Even I've said that. Okay. Everybody says that. I don't know what to post. I'm running out of ideas. Think about the daily conversations that you have with potential customers, and they're asking you about credit. They're asking you about taxes. They probably ask you 2 to 3 questions in that conversation. That's content. The questions that the people are asking you on a phone call, that's content. Post about those questions. So you should never ever say that, hey, I don't know what to post, because there's so much content. Another thing that I do is I follow other credit repair companies. Why not? I follow them and I see what they're posting. I take their post and I try to make it better. I make it my own. Right? So if you ever feel like, man, I'm in a rut, I got, a brain fart and I can't think and it's cloudy, hey, go to somebody else, go to my page, copy word. I don't care if you copy word for word what I say. Why? Because it's going to look different because you're saying.
You're jumping ahead, but I'm also gonna give them a couple of resources as to, because some of the problems in the beginning of the call was, what do you post for content? And so when we get to that part, I'm going to give you the resource that I particularly use, and sometimes Robert uses, and it's free. It's free, and it will give you a lot of insight into what people are researching and what kind of topics. It gives you a lot of things. So we'll go over that, and I'll also send out that report to everyone, so they'll have different topics for our credit repair business owners on the call, and our tax business owners on the call. I'll be able to send you some reports on what's being searched and everything like that, and how to do it yourself. But one of the things that we start off with is being intentional. What Robert was saying is being intentional as to who you are marketing to, because when you market to everyone, you reach no one. There's no way, and I can say nobody on this call has the ad spend or the marketing budget that Grant Cardone has, or that Tony Robbins has, or Les Brown, or, you know, some of these huge Fortune 500 companies. So why are you trying to compete with them? And the way that you can fight that is by making sure that you have a customer persona and you're very clear on who you serve, so that your ads and your posts are exactly to that person. It resonates with your ideal client, because I am a big believer that all money is not good money. I do not want a client that we have to chase. That is not my ideal client. I do not want a tax client that, you know, just wants to jump from tax preparer to tax preparer to tax preparer. It's just not something I want to do. I want to create a relationship for life. I have clients that have been with us for over 15 years. Those are the types of clients that I'm looking for. But in order to get that client, I need to know, who am I marketing to? So the first thing that, before you start posting ads or anything like that, is being really, really clear on who your customer persona is. And that is a semi-fictional archetype that represents the key traits of a large segment of your audience, based on the data that you have collected from user research and web analytics. And also, you know, who is your target client? So why is this important? It allows for better understanding of your customer needs. If we know that our client base for credit repair is motivated buyers that want to buy a home, we can create a customer persona around that and their customer needs. They got denied for a home loan. They lost out on their house because their credit wasn't where it needed to be. This allows for development of offers based on your customer's needs. So you can create other offers. For example, for my credit business owners, you might have your ideal client base be, you know, homeowners, or those that want to be homeowners, or those that want to buy a car. But you can create offers surrounding that on your ads. It helps guide how you package the delivery of your brand message. And it allows your entire organization to be clear on the customer base that you serve. So as you grow your teams, as you grow your business, it is super clear on who you serve. So who is your perfect customer? You know, how many customer personas do you have? For us, we have, in the credit department, we have those that want to buy a house. We have those that want to buy a car. We have those that are business owners that want business credit and business funding. You know, in our tax department, I mainly would love to have, you know, 1099 contract workers that went from a W-2 to a 1099. That's super specific. That first year where they transition from a W-2 to a 1099 is where that confusion comes in. And I'm like, here, come to me. I'm going to solve all your problems. So we have multiple personas. Within that persona, you can even niche it down. For my tax clients, it could be insurance agents. It could be nail techs. It can be real estate agents. It can also be traveling doctors and traveling nurses. So I have multiple perfect customer personas, because each one is going to have individual needs, what they're interested in, where are they located, what else are they buying, what problems they have. You know, those are things that are super important in building that perfect customer persona, so that you can customize your ads specifically to be in front of those people. So if you run an ad for credit repair and you don't put in the interest that they're interested in repairing their credit or buying a home or buying a car or anything like that, it's just going to hit everyone. You know, you can put the interest or where they're located. You're going to get a bigger bang for your buck if you do maybe a 5-mile radius of the Dallas area, or 5-mile radius of Orlando. I'm looking for those that got denied for a home or looking or interested in buying a home. So those are things that you can look into, of building that customer persona, so that you know exactly how to target those ads. So we recommend, as an exercise, to build your perfect customer profile. And we have, for those of you that you can take a screenshot of this, or take a picture of it, or maybe rip out a piece of paper, you want to give that person a name. I have my Marias. Marias are home-based. Let me pull her up. She is a home-based daycare provider who is a small business and is not registered. Her background is she wanted to start her own business. She's probably either a single mom or immigrant family with a couple of kids, and that's what she does really well, is take care of children. So she started a home daycare. She lives in Tampa, Florida, and her income is from 40 to 60,000. And you know, those kinds of things. And you can be very, very specific. So when you're targeting those ads, you can put in the interests of this person. They're interested in, you know, books for children or toys, you know, things like that. All those interests for school supplies and things, all those kinds of things. You can be very, very specific in the interest when you're running an ad on Facebook. But it all starts with your customer persona. So now we're going to kind of jump into some content and how to create content. So I am going to stop sharing real quick, since kind of Robert ruined the surprise. Do any of you use answerthepublic.com? Has anybody ever logged into Answer the Public? So this is, it has a free site. You get 3 searches per day. And can everybody see my screen? So what I did here today is I just looked up credit at the top. I put United States, English, and I hit search. This gives you everything that's being searched with the word credit. It says our credit union's FDIC insured, and you can go through all these different results. It tells you in orange what is highly searched. And it tells you how many searches and things like that. And of course, you can upgrade and pay to unlock, you know, some of the higher searches. But as you scroll down, you can see, you know, 140 searches for credit for Caring Act, credit for prior learning, credit for other dependents. And that's kind of tax related. And it learns as you are in there and you create a profile, it's going to learn like your business. It has a AI component to it. So that's why it's coming up with some tax stuff, because I'm always, you know, looking up taxes. But these are things that you can use for creating posts. For example, somebody put credit and debit. When you click on it, it'll give you all the searches that you get on Google for that. If you look at, let's see if they do credit repair. Hold on. Credit repair. Let's hit search. There we go. And so start searching Google, Yahoo, all of that to see what everybody is searching on that particular topic. So credit repair, 55 out of 105 questions. And what the questions, it starts with R. So this is 290. Some of these are credit repair companies legit? How many of you can create a post about credit repair companies that are legit? You know, how to, you can even do a post or a video on how to vet a credit repair company. Here are the top 3 questions you should ask to a credit repair company when thinking about repairing your credit. You know, are they legit? How long have they been in business? What kind of results that have they been getting for their clients? How can I verify that you're an actual company? Those are things that you can take into mind, blah, 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 blah. Hey, we're located at such and such. Look, and you can even do the green screen where you're Googling your own company and say, we're actually on Google. So if you're talking to a credit repair company, go ahead and Google them. If they don't have a Google page or an Instagram page or whatever, and you can have your page in the back that is already overcoming that objection, that are you a legit credit repair company? Let's see another one. Are credit repair companies worth it? That's it.
Yes.
Of course they are. You know, and that's something you can talk about, the results that you've gotten for your clients. Here's another one. Can credit repair companies remove collections? You know, those are a lot of things that give you, and you can keep going. Here's more questions. Let's look at another high one. Can you do credit repair yourself? Yeah, of course you can do credit repair yourself, and you're going to have to do this, and that, and blah, 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 blah. Or you can opt for a full service credit repair company that's going to be able to take away all of the headache and all of the know-how that you need to know how to deal with this law and this law and that law and this law that you can use in order to leverage and increase your credit score. For a free strategy session, call me or click on the link below and book, a free call, whatever. Let's see another good one here. So this is 1.6 thousand credit repair for free. Is credit repair for free? And you can just keep looking at more, like it just keeps going and going and going. Credit repair for veterans, and now it's all alphabetized as well. So what I'll do for everyone is I will share this report, but you can also create an account. It is for free. You get 3 searches for free, and it is called answerthepublic.com. I'm going to drop that into the chat. Answer. Does anybody have questions on a resource that you can use, or does anybody want to chime in on like what kind of resources do you use to create content?
Google Trend is also good too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have any resources, drop it in the chat. We want to help everybody in the group have as many resources as possible to help them with content creation. Let me keep going. So creating content. That is the second part of monetizing your message. The great thing about content is that it is a 24/7 sales team. And remember, who's your target? They don't know you. So you want to create posts to warm them up to you. People are going to buy from people that they know, love, and trust. So make sure that you're kind of, like I said before, putting your personality out there. You want to prospect to those that do know you. Have them chime in, or you can even, Robert, you had somebody share one of your posts today. So he posted what Robert had posted as a duet and say, yeah, this man's the truth. Like listen, you know what I mean? So share, maybe collaborate with others that know you, or even ask for a testimonial, video testimonial that you might be able to post. You want to advocate and prospect for those that follow you or have visited your website. You want to make sure that you're posting towards those that opted in, previous customers, current customers, and those that refer business to you. So those are things that right there's 7 different types of posts that you can do. There are different types of content you can post as well. You can do articles and blogs like on LinkedIn, newsletters, interviews, any of you that get on podcasts. Once Robert comes in a few minutes to kind of really talk about our ads and the ads that are converting and things that we're doing, one of the things that I do recommend is like number 5, get on podcasts. You can reshare it. You can make clips of it. You'll have numerous amounts of content, like hours and hours of content, the more podcasts that you do. And it shows that you're an authority in that industry. There are a lot of different websites that you can create a profile as an expert, and where people who have podcasts will actively go looking for experts and that they need guests on their podcast. One of the number one things that I hear all the time is those that have a podcast run out of guests, run out of things to talk about. So they need to go looking for guests and things like that. So I'm going to be dropping in the chat some of the websites that I myself are on. I have a profile on there, and we try to do as many podcasts as possible, because the more you can get out of obscurity and you're in a position of authority, you can solidify that with a podcast. Your social media posts, videos, images, everybody's like always wanting to do videos. Don't discount images, especially like infographics and polls, surveys. You have that on there. Memes are hilarious. We got, I think, how many views did we get on the Kevin Hart meme that we did?
I don't know, but it was over 50,000, I'm sure. I think it was like 60, 70,000. So
yeah, we turned that video into a meme, and a lot of people are like commenting on it and getting that engagement, new followers that are coming from that. And then you can monetize that as well. Again, we talked about testimonials. We do a lot of before and afters, especially for those that are doing even taxes or credit. with taxes, you can show the before, like if somebody was to do their taxes on TurboTax versus what you can do, and you can show the before and after and the difference. For those that are credit repair, you can do the before of like before they were on our credit repair program, they started in the 400s, and now, you know, after 3 months, they're in the mid 600s. And you can get the same results, or we can help you, or whatever, you know, however you want to word that, so that you're not giving, you know, too much hope. You want to over deliver, under promise and over deliver.
Also,
But
make sure, guys, when you're posting like the before and afters, like these are real emails that I post that we send out to our clients. But be careful of accidentally sharing their personal information. Like, and I'm not talking about socials, or I'm just talking about, don't even share their name, because you know you don't want someone to say, oh, I didn't give you permission to post this. So just be real careful with, you know, accidentally sharing personal information. And then with the type of content, there's so, as you can see, there's so much content that you can post. If someone goes to your page and they can guess what you're about to post next, that's not a good thing. So you want to keep your audience guessing. So I might do, for example, a client like update, like a progress report. Then I'll do like I don't know, some kind of other educational. Then I might do a gym one. Then I'll switch it up. You always want to keep them guessing, because you don't want them to know what you're going to be posting next, because it's like, why you ever watch like a movie over and over, like, you know what, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love that show. You know, it's old as hell, but I've seen every episode. And now at this point, I'm 38 years old and it's now stale. It's still funny, but you know, you want to make sure that you're posting different things all the time to just keep people interested, and then really pay attention to the trends that are happening now, right? You want to make sure that you're keeping up with the trends, because that way you are just more relatable on social media.
exactly. So, Rob, I'm actually going to give you the floor so that you can kind of pull back the curtain of some of the ads that we're currently running for credit repair, how they're converting, some of the ad copy that we're going to share. So go ahead and kind of break it down as to some of the, like, the highest ones that are converting at this moment in time.
So I've done this. This is trial and error. Like any kind of ad that you think that you want to do, I've done. And so what I've seen in credit repair is the videos are going to convert way higher than just the image. Like, for example, most of you know who Harshal is or are using him already, him and his team. And Harshal's great at what he does. But I highly encourage you, create your own video. Create your own video. It's going to give it a personal touch. Our ad that we have running, it's a kind of like a before and after kind of deal. And again, that's blasted on social media as a paid ad. And that's why we're converting at a high rate when it comes to leads. When you do a flyer, anybody could do a flyer, right? It's not personable. They're just kind of scrolling through. They may not even notice it's a real ad because it's just a flyer. So, you know, that's why you really want to convert. You want to create a video where it's just going to get a higher rate. Also, let's talk about the ad budget. A lot of people don't run ads because they're like, well, I don't have the money. I'm just starting off. I'm still working my 9 to 5. I'm trying to convert, you know, into full time on credit repair. So I don't have a lot of money to invest into my ads. We don't recommend that you start off with $100 a day, $200-300 a day. That's insane. Why? Because you don't even know if your ad is even going to convert. So why would you throw a ridiculous amount of money at it? So you really want to start off small. And to give you guys a number, you want to start off with maybe $30 a day. If your budget allows it, maybe do $40 a day. But let's do the math. If you do $30 a day, and let's say you do 7 days a week, because you don't want to turn the leads off. You want them constantly going. So that's $210 a week in an entire week. So think about that. even if you are charging only $700, you make one deal in that week and it covers your entire ad budget for that entire week. So some people get intimidated by spending X amount of dollars per day, but you got to break down the math. You got to think about it, man. If I just get one deal a day, which most of you should be hitting 2 or 3 deals a day, but if you just do one deal a day, that pays for the marketing, like Harshal, that'll pay for his entire cost and your actual ad budget if you're just doing one deal a day. So think about that. Don't be scared to jump into the deep end, because really $30 a day is not that deep. What it's going to do is it's going to allow you to get that traction. And as you start doing one deal a day, for example, then the next week, you may want to bump it up a little bit, do $40 or $50. Then that'll increase the leads, which is going to create more opportunities, and you start closing more deals. But again, just to repeat, start off small, do $30 a day, because you might start off at $30 a day and the ad doesn't even convert. You don't even get any leads coming in. What does that mean? Maybe you should create a new video, right? This is why I tried multiple videos. And one thing about your ads and even your post, but right now we're talking about your ads. So you might think that your video, your ad that you created is the bomb.com. Your hair's perfect, your tie, you're looking good, and it converts $0. But it'll be the video where you got a stain right here, you got a little ketchup, and then even though the content is good, that's the one that converts. And that's the video that you thought wasn't even that great. You thought it was mediocre. Get it out of your head, because it doesn't matter what you think about the video. What's important is the audience. Are they going to react to it? So this is why you have to try different videos, different ads, different methods. But this is also why we're sharing this with you, so you can be one step ahead of everyone else. We're telling you what kind of video is working. The video that works is the one that's showing the before and after, because that's what people want to see. If I pull up my ads right now, there's literally over 1 million people that saw my ad. Literally over 1 million people that saw my ad. So think about that, man, that's a lot of eyeballs on my ad, right? So you got to make sure that, you know, you have the appropriate video, because it's going to be blasted. Like I mentioned earlier, on my video, I don't put any prices. You want them to call you so you can build that value. Also, when you're creating the videos, you can have, again, a fancy camera, or you could have an iPhone or Android. Doesn't matter. You know what matters is the lighting. The lighting is very important, because if you have good lighting, you can take a crappy camera, and just because you have good lighting, it'll really magnify you in that image, and it just makes it look a lot better. So you can have an expensive camera and crappy lighting, and it's not going to look the best. And if right now, if this is foreign to you guys, go to YouTube University, and then type in how to set up lighting for my videos. I'm telling you, it's really going to be a game changer, just having the appropriate lighting.
Yeah, I know that's a lot of information. So just on creating videos, does anybody have any challenges right now that they're going through creating videos for their social media?
I didn't necessarily have a challenge. I have been video shy, and I started following Rob, and Rob mentioned something about video. So I tried something different with my Instagram ads. When people respond and I ask what's their credit scores, they'll tell me their credit score is 400, and I say, oh, great, we have some work to do. But then it's this long pause. So what I did, I took my cell phone, and I got some results from, one of my, I use Client Dispute Manager. I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to mention that. And
okay.
I just recorded the results screen. I say, here's the date. As you can see, here's the collections. Here's the before, here's the after. And it was like 20 seconds. And I start sending that in my Instagram ads. And Robert, I want to say thank you for that, because that's like gangbusters. And then I tried another one when they didn't respond. I just say, hey, this is Cedric. You seem like you was real gung-ho about, credit repair. What happened? I mean, did I turn you off, or is it not a good time? And all of a sudden, everybody start responding back. So
Yep.
Rob, I want to thank you for that. I've been video shy, so I just did it real quick. I mean, it was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you know, I don't know if they saw me or I woke them up, but the response was, I'm sorry, I was with my kids. I was in football practice. Hey, call
Yep.
me. Hey, I was at work. It was a bad time. When can we meet? So it really, really picked up. So I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. And you know what happens? I want you to really understand the psychological, just be aware is the reason why that really works is because now they see that you're not hiding behind social media, right? You're not just posting an image and then your face is not on there, right? So that's why. And now you're actually showing them that you're a human being. You are willing to show them results, and that's not something that you can fake. So they're able to put their guard down. And I'm glad that you said they'll even apologize, because now they're like, oh man, this guy's the real deal. I'm sorry. I want to work with him. So I'm glad that you're doing that. And this is why we do all of this free stuff, because even the free stuff that we give out, if you just apply it, oh my gosh, it's a game changer. I mean, how many more deals do you think you're closing just by doing that?
I went from my first month with a Harshal, I went from 8 leads, and last month I did 22.
Let's go. That's awesome, man.
And I guess when I pay you, then I'll try to double that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love to hear that, man.
So I actually want to share our screen so you guys can see some of the results from being able to post consistently. And you can see when we don't post consistently and when we do post consistently. So told you we're going to pull back the curtain. So here is, the last month. As you can see, the increase in followers as we're posting more and things like that. And how many Instagram followers we have, which is a much bigger following than our Facebook, but it's based off of our messages, our conversions and things like that. But this is just organic follows that we're getting just from posting. It's not even our ads, it's just our audience report. We got 455 new likes this month, 475 new Facebook followers, and so it's increased by 66.7% just from August 1st to August 27th. So those are some of the results why it's important to post and to be consistent in posting, so that you can see that you can grow your organic following. Of course, like I said before, TikTok will allow you to get a much faster following, but posting consistently to Instagram and Facebook and adding those ads to it, people are going to naturally follow you. They're going to see your ad and they might not click on it, but they're watching. They're going to go and follow you like, okay, something kind of, and I do it. Think about it this way. When you're scrolling through Instagram, what do? You see ads or things like that. What pulls your attention? Pay attention to that too. What type of ad is pulling your attention? What did they do well on that ad that really got you to like even click on their page? There are people that I follow that I would never buy any of their products, but I love their content. It is engaging. It is insightful. Some people are like really, really funny, even though that's not like my shit thing. Like I don't do that, but I still think it's funny because some of their hooks, I'll steal their hooks. Top 3 things to do when, top 3 things not to do when you're twerking. I'm like, okay, top 3 things not to do when you go to do your taxes. Like, and so there's a lot of things that we pull from those. So I do recommend those ads that really like pull your attention, save them or start following that person so that you can kind of take a look at what they're posting and things like that. And Cedric, I love that you said that you're video shy, because believe it or not, unless it's on Zoom, like I'm such a people person that I have a hard time connecting on videos. So a lot of the videos that I do, believe it or not, is on this little, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a little tripod, the one that kind of like wraps around stuff. And so I have it in front of my window here in the office. And when I'm feeling silly, I hit record and I'm like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about this, this, and that. And then whatever I think is a cool like point that I made, I kind of splice out the real goofiness and I put in like the stuff that I want to put, and then I post it, whether I kind of messed up on something that I said or whatever. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Nope, you don't need that, or you don't need that. And then it's my personality coming out, but it wasn't scripted. I might have had a point that I wanted to make. Sometimes it is important to create a script if you want to do more of a long form content. But for Cedric, I struggle with the same thing. So what I do on my window,
Cedric, she even kicks me out when I try to walk into the office and she's doing a video. She's like, "Get out of here!"
get out.
And I'm her husband, and I'm like, "I'll do videos in front of you." She's like, "You're not out. Get out, get out." And I'm like, "Okay."
So what
Yeah,
I do is
I
on
don't script. Yeah, I just do it. I found keeping it short. I get in my car and go to work in the morning. I just say, hey, this is the day that the Lord has made, and then I say, what are you struggling with credit? And I did a post today about, I can't work on your 3 bankruptcies and 6 evictions for $99. Go to Dollar Tree. And everybody just, they loved it, and people was inboxing me. So you guys are hitting this on the head. It's crazy how it works, but I just keep it short.
Hey,
Because
hey,
if I
Cedric,
script
let
it,
me let me ask
I'm
you
gonna
this.
mess it
I
up.
cut you off. Let me ask you this. Do you edit any of your videos at all?
me, no.
Cedric, do you edit any of your videos at all? Because I actually put Rob onto something that I started using the other day called the Captions app. Rob, you could tell him a little more about it.
Yeah, yeah, it worked. So actually, by the way, you have an iPhone, Kevin?
Yeah.
That's only an iPhone app.
For
So
real?
yeah, so
Ah.
I have Android, but they have like it's pretty much the same thing, but it's called, I think it's actually still called Captions, but it's not the same app, but it does the same thing. So if you have an Android or iPhone, type in the word Captions and then you'll see it. I've been using it. Like it works amazing. So just to let you guys know, like behind the scenes, the main app that I use to edit 98% of my videos is called InShot. Matter of fact, let me type it in here. InShot. It's
Yeah, I
called
don't edit
InShot.
them. I put in transitions, but I don't
Yeah,
edit like what I say.
that's the main thing that I use. And then the other one that Kevin just put me onto is called Captions. But before I was using Captions, I was using CapCut. CapCut, and I still use it. So it just depends on what kind of video you want. Again, just mix it up. But those are by far the 3 main ones that I use. Captions.
what was the first one you say? In what?
InShot, INSHOT. I put it in the chat. So InShot, CapCut, and Captions.
And they have a free version and a paid version. So the free version will have their logo. And if you don't want their logo on there, then I think it's like $39 for the year for InShot. And then it takes that logo off, which I do recommend taking that logo off. Not only that, it also opens up for different transitions. Like, I don't know if you guys watch some of the ads and videos where people are kind of like fast forwarding and then they go back into the shot. That's an InShot, that's a transition. So you can actually, and I am not really tech savvy on editing. Like Kevin asked, I don't edit my videos. I do the captions and I might add some transitions. I'm not great at doing any overlays or anything crazy like that. And it still gets like I said, the one that I messed up the words on, 50,000 views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views. And I go back to who views it. I go back to them. I follow them. I do DM them, all that good stuff. So the other part of, posting content, if you're not running ads to get ads in, you're going to have to trade money for time. You can go into those people that are clicking on your posts or liking them or liking your reels or viewing your reels. You can go back and, go to their social media and start following them and start liking their pages or start liking their posts, sending them messages without being super salesy. Like, hey, that's awesome. You just, went on some trip. I would love to go, that's on my bucket list or whatever. Find a way to connect with those potential clients, especially for those of us who are on the call that have higher ticket clients, more than 1,500. You're selling a coaching program or you're selling other products that are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's going to take a little bit more follow-up. So following up with those clients and potential clients and your prospects can also mean that you're DMing them, that you're following them, that you're liking some of their posts, and they're going to see, you know, you're going to show up on their feed and they're going to show up on your feed. So
I put it in the chat earlier. So I put it in the chat earlier. You guys probably have to scroll up, but it's called ManyChat. And if you use ManyChat, it does exactly what Lisa was just explaining, where if somebody comments on whatever, on a post or even on your story, you set it up to where it automatically sends them a message. So it'll say something like, hey, thanks for liking my post. Did you have any questions about improving your credit? By the way, here's my website. Whatever the message is up to you, but you create that. And so it reaches out to people without, it could be 12 o'clock at night and somebody writes a comment, you're sleeping, and it'll send them a message, which is huge. And then you could follow up with them in the morning. So it gives them that human touch. And it starts up the conversation. Again, remember, the more conversations you start up, the more opportunities you can create.
So now we're going to open it up to any Q&A or any questions that you guys might have. I know we took up a little bit more than of your time today, but I really want to make sure that we are addressing some of the challenges, or, you know, if there's any specific questions or anything you want to share, by all means, we're here to help and support your growth of your business.
All right, I guess I'll go first.
Yes, Andre, go ahead.
Well, I want to say, first thing first, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Thank you for spending the time out of your busy days as a family to do this for us. We appreciate that. I have a few things that I want to touch on. First thing first is I was using the ads, or use the little cute flyer thing, and I was getting a few hits on that. I think I even got conversions from that as well, but that's not what I was ready for. I'm a gung-ho, like A-type alpha dude, so I want all the clients that I can't handle, right? So Harshal said, hey, you know, you should check out this video, and this, let me see what video he sent me. Yeah, he said, check out this video that Robert did about, here's a client that was at, you know, this level, and then
You
this
want to
level.
share it? Go ahead. Yeah, I opened it up so you could share it. Go ahead and share it.
Share what? That they?
Do you still have the video?
Yes, I have it. How can I share it?
You just hit share screen. Like open up to the screen that you want to do, and then hit share. Are you on a phone or are you on a tablet?
I am on a phone, but I think I can share it still.
You might be able to share it from the phone.
Let's see.
So
So
for
I
those
did
of
this
you,
video.
so for those of you who don't know, Herschel is our marketing manager. And he has his own marketing company where he works directly with tax and credit repair business owners to increase your leads and you know, target your ads, and he really does target them, like at Keisha, you know, what I'm talking about. And so you're going to be able to increase your leads like Andre's talking about and get that huge influx of leads. Robert, how many leads a day are we getting from the ad that we're currently running with Herschel?
We're touching about 100, sometimes a little bit more.
All right.
Especially because I just increased the ads too. So
90 days. So I know you tried credit repair before and I know it didn't work, but let me show you how we get our clients' results.
Wait, let me start over.
Repair before and I know it didn't work, but all right, what's good, family? If you have less than a 720 credit score, then you need to watch this video. Here's a client that went from 584 to 673 in just 90 days. So here's another client who went from 495 to 783 in just 90 days. All right, and if that wasn't enough, here's another client who went from 587 to 802 in just 90 days. So I know you tried credit repair before and I know it didn't work, but let me show you how we get our clients' results.
All right, family. So now I'm going to show you how we got this client to 673 in 90 days. So we started off at 584, as you can see, and now we're at 673 within a 90-day window. So that's the profile, right? So there's no derogatories. We got all derogatories deleted. We're going to look at the previous changes, and now we're going to go into May 31st, where we had a ton of charge-offs and collections deleted. So we had Macy's, Bank of America, Community Bank, Bank of America again, we had JP Morgan Chase, we had Bank of America, and we had Inquiry. All right, so here is the third client who we mentioned that went from a 587 to a 802 in less than 4 months. You can see he had some collections deleted and some charge-offs, 2 charge-offs and 1 collection. Right, that's a 124-point increase on June 30th. Then we had a 77-point increase because we had 2 more collections deleted between July 5th and July 8th.
So how we get these results? We use consumer laws, right? We use a factual disputing, and we use advanced dispute strategies so we can get stuff off even as little as 30 days. So our fast track disputing strategies has been getting clients results. We have clients go from 500 clubs even to the 800 clubs. If you would like these same results, go ahead and click the link below and book a free consultation with us, and someone from our team will get back with you.
I love it.
All right, what's good, family?
How do I start this? So you can see where I was trying hard to remember what Robert said in his video. And I was like, you know what, man, drop this act. Like, I don't want to remember what Robert said. I'm just gonna remember the framework that he used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was following over my words, trying to remember what Robert said. And then I was trying to hide my accent, but what I found is all my clients they look like me, and they all sound like me. I got Kenya, Nigeria, Botswana. All my clients are Africans because they're like, oh, I heard your accent, man. I heard your accent on the video. I'm like, oh, something that I was trying to hide is my secret weapon.
Exactly. You're going to attract your clients. So this is one of the reasons why we do what we do and coach you guys to grow and scale your business, because we don't believe in competition. There's no way I'm going to attract your clients. I don't have an accent. I attract mainly Hispanic clients. They resonate with who I am. They resonate with my core values. 99% of my tax clients, their first language is Spanish. So when we're talking taxes, if anybody walks into my office, it's Spanglish. The tax words that aren't something that I can translate, I'm gonna throw it out there in English. Like, instead of a refund, there's not really a word for refund, for a tax refund. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna, in Spanish, I'm like, I'm gonna raise your refund. Like, we're gonna get you a bigger refund. And it's like, oh, okay, they understand that. So that Spanglish, that's who I'm gonna attract. But I'm not gonna attract somebody. It's very rare. I'll be honest with you. I think I have maybe 3 clients that are from Nigeria. And the only reason why they're from Nigeria is because my main client referred them to me. And they're like, hey, Lisa's the bomb.com. You own a business. I think one guy owns a Turo business and the other guy owns like a luxury car rental. And my client has a car rental as well. They're all friends. And my client doesn't pay as much in taxes. I think he got a refund last year. And they're paying thousands and thousands of dollars. And they're like, wait a minute, I need your CPA. And they're like, oh, but she's Spanish. Does she speak English? So I don't believe in competition. There's millions and millions of people in the United States that all need your services. And you're each going to individually have that secret power that is going to attract your clients. So don't hide it. That's why I said, even in the beginning of the call, let your personality shine through. I'm goofy, I talk fast, I'm straight to the point, I'm very upfront about things. That comes across in all of my videos because I'm not going to hide who I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
Andre, I want to highlight something that sometimes people don't really realize, and I want to applaud you on. You did that, and you're trying to hide your accent, right? And what happens is you have self-awareness. Sometimes is not something that most people have, but you were aware and you caught on very quickly. Like, hold on, I was trying to hide it, but this worked. And so, you know what? I'm gonna run with this and see how well it goes. So, guys, as you're constantly, this is why I said try different things. And when you see that, okay, you got a better response. Well, that means you should probably do something similar to that and keep doing it and run with it. So I just want to applaud you because you weren't like, oh my God, my accent, and then you did something different. You saw that people were attracted to it and you threw it out even more. That's called self-awareness. Really, really pay attention. And everyone on this call has a different audience. So you have to, and that's another thing. The more that you post, the better. I know it sounds crazy because this is like social media. You can't really see anyone, but you're going to start to understand what your audience wants. Like it's
Mhm.
like a language, like it really is. And the better that you understand that, the better you're going to be able to post and get a reaction out of your clients. Like, again, for me, it's the client results. Every time that I post client results, man, I get leads flooding in. They go to my landing page. Matter of fact, another huge nugget, when you guys are posting on your stories, make sure you scroll down on your stories and, like, you know, you can put like a GIF or a GIF, put a link to your landing page or to your website, because that way when people see your stories, they can easily just click on your landing page or website, and that'll start driving traffic organic.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Good, that's good.
Was there
So-
was there any other questions or anything you wanted to else you wanted to bring up?
I wanted to add something before, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah.
So something that worked for me, and everybody is different personalities, but I am military. I think Rob might be, I'm not sure. Right?
No,
But
no, I just have the haircut.
you just
No,
have to hear.
our son is in the military.
Right. So something, that happened to me was I did so well in the military because, and of course it was a little bit fake. I'm gonna be honest. I was so good at doing what people told me to do. Like the leader say, push-ups, we did push-ups. They said don't stop running until your legs fall off. I kept running until I ruptured my abdomen because they said don't stop. No, I still had that pain. But the bottom line is I did what they told me to do. So when it came to business, I used to do multi-level marketing. The mentors used to say, don't stop until you make 10 calls. Don't stop until you do this. Don't stop until you send me that video tonight. So I'm very extroverted, but I didn't really like doing the video thing. So what I did for the people that's extroverted, I put somebody in charge of me to let them tell me, where's the video, bro? You said you're gonna make the video.
Accountability.
And then I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to tell her some excuse, and she's gonna, call me out. So that's what got me to make those videos. And then I just got comfortable with the camera. So that's one thing that I wanted to share. There's another one, but I forgot.
I think
Well, the
that's
video
good.
was great. So, like, everybody on this call can probably be like, "What? He's uncomfortable?" Like, so that was a great video. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Cedric,
and then
did you want to ask a question? Oh, sorry about that.
I forgot the second part is my friend. He's also super camera shy, but he makes the most content in the world. His name is Brandon. What he does, because he likes to coach people, like you guys and myself, we speak like coaches. We want to empower and speak and like teach people things. So what he does, he's always doing that. So he just turns on the camera and he
That's what
just
Robert does. Mm-hmm.
just records while he's doing the interaction with a person, and then boom, boom, boom. He gets ads, he gets TikTok, he gets shorts, and all that from that one video. So
Yep.
thought I'd share that.
That's a great share. Thank you, Andre.
Yeah, that is.
Cedric, did you have a question?
Yes, I'm going back to a few slides here. You say start, I guess the proposition, you say start with the pain point.
You start with
You-
who you serve,
you had a
pain point,
formula
and
up
how
there.
you solve it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And remember, this is recorded, so you'll be able to refer back to it in your portal.
Oh, okay. I'm new, so I don't.
Okay, then just if you can scroll up in the chat, just send me a text message and with your email, and I'll send that over to you.
Okay.
Any other questions before we get off? I know that we ran over our time, but we want to make sure that we're giving you as much information as possible, as much of ourselves as we can, to really help you kind of overcome some of these marketing things. And I know we spend a lot of time on social media ads, because that is a really quick way to passively get leads without you trading time for money. But there are a lot of other things that you can do besides social media to put yourself out there. You can create strategic partnerships. So one of the things that I do really well, which is very different from how Rob markets our business, is I love networking with people and collaborating with people. One of the things that mentality that shifted as we scaled our business is that those that are at the bottom starting out, what we call the bottom of the totem pole as a business owner, is thinking about competition. Oh, this person's competing with me, this person's competing with me, without you realizing that those that are at the top of the totem pole, they're operating on a higher level. They're looking at collaboration. They're collaborating with others. I collaborate with other tax professionals with services that I don't offer. I have other CPAs that I work with that we do profit sharing on specific like big projects. If somebody's doing I have one forensic accountant that mainly deals with white collar crimes and embezzlement, and she'll call me and say, hey, can I borrow your bookkeeper because she can get this done in 2 days and then I can deliver this a lot faster. I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars to expedite it. So those that are operating at a higher level are looking at collaborations and strategic partnerships. So as you're going throughout your day, or you're going to different networking events, conventions, I encourage you to get into your industry conventions. And those of you who haven't gone to CreditCon or Smart Credit that's going on in October, that's where you're going to find collaborations. That's where you're going to find those people in the credit industry that are doing 1,000, 4,000 deals a month. And you can sit at the table with them and really listen to how they're incorporating AI and virtual teams and sales teams in the Dominican Republic or the Philippines or whatever, to really enhance and multiply who they are and really grow your business. It's all about collaboration at that level. So I encourage you to kind of open up that mindset, use your value proposition when you're networking and when you're creating those strategic partnerships, and see where you can kind of plug in with somebody that does the same thing that you do, but maybe tweaked it a little bit. Or you, for example, Andre, you have a value proposition for business owners that want to do business credit and want to get more funding. There are some credit professionals that are just starting out in the business that would love to offer, that part, but they're just not knowledgeable enough. And so there's an opportunity for collaboration. Or you can collaborate with, somebody who registers businesses for a living, and say, hey, have you talked to your clients about business funding? I help business owners who are, want to increase their cash flow and increase their funding by getting them business funding in 90 days, 60 to 90 days. They're going to be like, oh, wait, Andre, let's collaborate. Let me send you my people. You send me a little, one hand washes the other, two hands wash the face. That's, that's some of the things that you want to get into. Robert just dropped the link for the next conference that's coming up for Smart Credit. And so Smart Credit is somebody that we partner with that does the credit monitoring, and there's profit sharing with them as well. So there's a good partnership. They're going to have vendors there. There's going to, like, some of the top dogs in the credit industry will be there, that, like I said, that they're doing 4,000, 5,000 deals per month. And so you're going to be able to sit at the table, and we know them personally. And why? Because we've spent the money to get into these rooms and collaborate and have those strategic partnerships. We have some people that are like, hey, I can't handle my client load. Can we send them to you? You can have strategic partnerships with loan officers and real estate agents, and say, I help real estate agents who lose clients due to their clients having bad credit. How many deals are you losing every month because your clients have bad credit? How would you like to get them back after they've gone, 60 to 90 days in my program? So those are ways that you can use a value proposition to have a strategic partnership with someone that can send you leads. And that just takes nurturing. But I do recommend that you have multiple ways of getting lead generation, not just social media ads, but also, getting out of obscurity, getting on podcasts. That list of different types of content are going to make you very well-rounded in being able to, have people know who you are. If people don't know who you are and what problem you solve, they're not going to do business with you. So just keep that in the forefront of your mind as you are networking yourself, marketing yourself, and putting yourself out there. So I want to thank everybody for spending 2 hours of their evening with us. I hope that this is extremely valuable. And if you have any questions, we are here and helpful, to help you grow. For those of you who are on our coaching program, we do this every Tuesday, there to grow, and make sure that, number one, you're getting results. For those of you who are kind of on the fence of joining our coaching program, this is something we do every week for our mentees. We want to make sure that you're getting money and revenue into your business so that you're living your best life. So for those of you who are not on the program, make sure you either text me. A lot of you have my personal number. I've already dropped it into the chat, and we'll get on a one-on-one call, make sure that we're addressing your specific challenges so that you're growing. And so I hope to see you guys on the next call. If not, text me. We'll send you a copy of the recording. And for my mentees, love you all. We'll see you on Tuesday, okay?
See you guys. Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye.